Hey everybody, welcome back. On today's video, we are going to change the oil in the wife's 2018 Subaru Outback. It's got the 2.5 liter in it, and so I hope you enjoy. Okay, so the first thing you need to do, after of course making sure that your engine is turned off, is to get the oil plug undone, and that resides right up here, and it is a 14 millimeter plug. I've got my oil catch there, so I'll get it on there. Alright, and I did loosen it just to make sure it was right here before I came down, so it's ready to go. I'm gonna get this here and back this up a little so we don't cover it in oil. And if you've got rubber gloves or an old pair, I'd recommend doing that, because it will get on them a little bit. And so when you're getting your plug and you can feel it's about to the end, make sure you don't drop it. But there, as you can see, I got it off. I didn't drop it in the oil, but I did get oil on my hands, so that's why I recommend some gloves of some sort, and not your brand new ones either. So now we'll be on to the next step. All right, now the next step is to loosen our actual filter. And on these 2.5 Subarus, they're really nice. They're up top, and so you can see them. Now the one thing, if you try and use one of those big wrenches, it may not work too well to loosen this. So what I do is I use the strap style that I've got here ready to go. And if you notice on my filters, I put the mileage and the date when I did it, so that way I know it's on there. If you have a filter that's black, obviously you can't use a Sharpie. You'll have to use a paint pen. And the other thing I use a paint pen for is, as you can see, it says 5.1 quarts here. That's how much oil this engine takes. And that way you don't have to dig through the books, or I'm sure you could Google it and it would be on there. But let's loosen this up. There we go. And it's a pretty small filter, so it does not take a whole lot of pressure. Plus, I'm the one that changed the oil the last time, and I didn't put it on there Hercules style. But here's the filter strap remover that I use. And then you just twist this off the rest of the way. Or spin it off. There we go. Got it off, and this one is a NAPA 27055 for the number, and I'll put that in the details. So next step will be putting the new one on. Okay, next we're gonna put the new one on, and I take a rag and I clean out the base where that'll go. You know, just get that old black stuff out of there. Clean it up nice. Doesn't take a whole lot. And it makes me feel better that there's not that old oil in there. Gonna dirty up the new stuff right away, but get that out of there. And then I've got for the filter replacement, I've got a CarQuest one, and it's 84356 HD. You know, a little bit different, but same size. You know, you can spend whatever you want on filters, and that's kind of up to you. And I just dip my finger in a little bit of the oil here, run around the gasket. That way, make sure it seals good. Put it back on there. All right, and got it on there good and tight. And you don't have to Hercules the darn thing, so don't do that. And then, of course, now the very next step, and don't forget this one, otherwise you'll be buying more oil, is I'm going to put the plug back in, and then we'll add oil. All right, so the next step is to take our fill cap off. Got my funnel here. And this takes 0W20 full synthetic. And like I said, I've got 5.1 quarts that goes in there. So what I'll do is I'll put 5 in. And then I'll let it go in there. And then I'll check it and see, you know, what it is for the level. There's one. Two. Then I'll finish putting in these next 3, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the next step. All right, the next step here, we've got our coolant, and if you look on the side down there, it'll say where it's low and where it's full, and it's just above the low right now, so I'm going to put a little bit in. No reason to overfill it, but I don't want it too low either. There we go. Now it's got plenty. Like I said, it didn't take very much, but then you don't have to worry about it. Now the thing that does seem to get used a lot is the wiper fluid. So I will add to that. And I generally use, you know, different funnels. You can clean it out, and that'll work just as well too. But that way, I don't have to worry about them getting contaminated back and forth. Oh yeah, it's low. Ooh, not as bad as I thought. So, about 1/4 of a jug. But anyway, there we go. Now they've got wiper fluid. So all I have left now is to just put my miles and date on my filter and put this back on so I don't forget that. And there we go. I got the wife's oil changed. Should score some husband points. I don't know. I might vacuum out a little bit, but we'll see if I have that much ambition. But as always, take care.